early in my career, I used to worry that a juror would ask a question in voir dire. Well, Mr. Friedman, how are you getting paid out of this case? And the first time I was asked that question for real in a courtroom, I looked up at the judge and I said, well, I'd like to answer that question, but I don't think the judge would allow me to. Right, Judge? And, he said, no, you can't answer that question, move on. And that's how I dealt with it. And then it occurred to me, what if we said, if we lose, I get nothing, and I have a contract with my client. If we lose this case, I get nothing. I charge him nothing. And if we win this case, I get 1/3 of the recovery. Do you feel less of my client because that's the only way he could afford to get a lawyer? He couldn't pay the $250 an hour that most lawyers around here charge for their time. Do you feel less about him for that? Do you feel less of me? Do you think less of me because I joined forces with him and said we'll rise and fall together? And you know, the magical thing, of course, is it doesn't matter what they say. You've taken the issue out on the table, and what you're really communicating to the jury is, I am not ashamed of how I'm getting paid, and I'm willing to have a respectful, mature conversation with you about it. I'm not going to be clever. I'm not going to be quick. I'm not going to be dissembling. I'm going to deal with you as another mature person who understands the realities of the world. And if you leave here with nothing else, juror, you will leave here with the knowledge that I'm not ashamed of how I earn my money in this case. And what I can tell you is that it saps the power of that issue right out of the courtroom.